So officially, welcome to everybody. We are going to do some epic work together on cultivating our intuition, growing our intuition, and connecting with our guides. This is one of my most favorite classes because no matter where you start, the accelerant is amazing and it's so much fun. And I told Trish about this morning, but y'all woke me up at 2:22 this morning. And so I dropped in, created the energy bubble for our group, and you all are so powerful and so ready for what's going to occur over the next 4 weeks. And I just want to thank you for letting me be part of your journey and your guide in this. It's such an honor because you are the people who will be making an impact in the world. You are the ones who will take your energy out into the world and have influence in ways that our world needs. So thank you for being here. Here we go. I would like, as soon as Andre pops in, I would like us to start by introducing ourselves. Just say hi, where you're calling in from, your name, and anything that you would like to share, either about the journey you're on, what you're anticipating for the next 4 weeks. And the reason for this is, look at all these faces. These are people who are going to walk with you for the next 4 weeks to realize your greatness in a new way. And the most powerful thing that can occur is sharing and opening up and hearing what's going on for other people. Because I'm going to give you everything that my guides give me. I'm going to give you everything that I've experienced. But when we start to add in the experiences of all the people who are here, the information exponentially grows. I can't see the world through your eyes. So bring it in. It's going to help all of us. So we will start. I'll pick the first person. We're going to do popcorn. I don't know why, but I'm really loving popcorn right now. I will pick somebody, and then that person will share, and then they will pick the next person. All right? And I am going to start with my friend, Dina.
I knew you would. I don't know why. Hi, I'm Dina D. I'm in Northeast Ohio in the US, and I am thrilled to be here. And thank you so much for offering this, Teresa. Teresa and I have been playing for about 4 years in the ethers together and have so much fun. And for me, this time of year and really throughout the year, clarity is queen and king, however you want to think of it. But for me, when I get clarity and really tap in, that's when mountains move and synchronicities happen. So I'm feel very blessed to be here and to meet all of you and to learn from and support our sweet Teresa.
Thank you.
Oh, and I will pick Heidi. I know that face, that smile.
Aw, Dina, thank you. And, I reiterate, Dina, what you just said, just Teresa, thank you so very much. it's such a treat to see how this class is growing and to see the population increase because we are the ripple effect. And I've taken this course a couple of times with Teresa. I've known Teresa, I think, is this year 7 or 8, T? Like,
7 or 8, yeah.
yeah, so for a long time. And you guys, I get equally as excited every time I take this course as the very first time. And just going back through some of my notes, we all, as we're evolving, and whether it's personally or the collective, and specifically with this group, Teresa said it best, is we learn from each other. And really, I was so excited to see some of the names and then see some of the familiar faces and some of you that I haven't met yet, because I know this is a special connection. And really what I'm looking forward to is getting more clear, because every time there's something new that I learn about myself, and the connections that we make in this course as well just help me catapult into the next level. So I am super excited.
Yay.
And okay, Miss Becca, I've heard so much about you. I'm picking you because now that I see your face, I'm like, well, of course that's Becca.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my name is Becca. I'm in Seattle, and I've known Teresa for 7 years after becoming roommates with one of her daughters and then both of her daughters. And I think over the last few years, I've been on this spiritual journey of, unlearning a lot of what I was raised in northern Minnesota growing up being taught, and starting to learn, like, what is really me? What do I believe and follow, and how can I harness my greatness? And that's something, especially over the last few years, I've been leaning into. I spent my 30th birthday last year in Sedona, and it was like so transformative. I came out of that being like, I'm on the right path, I'm moving in the right direction. And yeah, very blessed to have known Teresa for so long, and now to be able to really like partner and move forward. And with all of you, I'm very excited.
Yay.
And I will choose Andre.
Thank you, Becca. And good to be with you all. I will start with gratitude to Teresa for creating this space, and not only that, but actually sharing it with us and inviting for us to be active in it. So really, really, really appreciate it. I'm calling in from Dublin. My name is Andre, and what I'm looking for is at this part of the journey I'm on, I see that I can trust myself a lot more, and that currently the theme for me is to really tap into that and to do it through intuition and discovering the way to connect with the spiritual guides. So I have high expectations from myself, first of all, and then from all the richness that we will have through these 4 weeks together. So thank you. And then picking up, Emily.
Thanks, Andre. I'm Emily Gilcrease. I am in Louisiana in the United States. I actually came into the Trust Circle this year knowing Michelle and Trish. We all graduated from the Adult Chair program together, and Michelle shared Teresa with us, and I was hooked after my first Trust Circle. And actually got to spend some time with Teresa in person in October when her daughter got married. So that was really cool to meet. And thank you, Teresa, for everything you do, your gift, and sharing it and helping us to tap into our gifts. Really, the reason why I'm here is this year, my intention is to be a clear, conscious channel to my higher self, universal, collective consciousness, whatever you call it. I have kind of really just leaned into more intuitive practices over the last year myself, and I've been really blown away by what I'm capable of, and I'm still trying to grasp that. I love it. I love playing around and learning, and that's what my goal is, and with all of you guys, is just to learn myself more and see what's out there for me to discover. And I also wanted to say to you, Becca, that on my 30th birthday, I'm 33 now, and on my 30th birthday, I challenged myself to take a trip by myself, and I flew to Sedona as well. And it was life-changing for me too on my 30th birthday. So I love
I love that.
Okay, and who will I choose? I'm gonna go with Kayla.
Hi everyone, my name's Kayla. It's so nice to be here. I know I'm new to a lot of you. I had a very similar experience of I did my first trust circle on Tuesday through one of my best friends, Shelby. I recently had done some medicine work that was very potent. It was my first time in the space and brought up a lot about my intuition and clarity and path. I've always wanted to be in this healing space, and I'm currently a nurse. And I realize this goes a lot deeper than that. And wanting to heal on so many different levels and planes, and starting to connect with that place has been really potent. And Shelby had recommended Teresa and the Trust Circle, and just after chatting with everyone on Tuesday and all these kind of wonderful faces and community to be around, I was so grateful and felt immediately connected when Teresa was like, "Also, I'm running this workshop about harnessing your intuition." I was like, that is literally my intention for the year, is trying to connect to that place and continue to see what's out there for me to keep exploring and what kind of depths I can tap into. So really grateful to be here and meet you all and have so many nice faces around. And popcorn and
Hi there. I'm Ann Ford, and I met Teresa through the MBA program, and then I've been with her for about a year, which is amazing. And my transformation is all due to Teresa and Heidi because their insights have been magnificent, and the support and guidance has been clearly life-changing. My direction this year is to manifest to maintain a higher vibration so that I can be free, freer and more, I don't know, confident in my personal and professional relationships and where I want to go with professional energy and guidance and coaching. So it's a treat to be able to be here today with all of you, with all of your insights and expertise. I'm excited. And I picked Michelle.
Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry. I live in Toronto, Canada. As you've heard, I'm Emily Trish, from an incredible experience that we started our journey a couple of years ago. Deeply resonate with the soul sisterhood and everyone here. I started working with Teresa more than a year ago to help me help me discover who I am. My journey is about stepping fully into my power, about embracing my gifts and aligning with my soul's mission to lead and inspire people. I feel a calling to balance healing, growth, and my contribution to create profound impact on those around me and others, to bring out the collective and to bring out people in their need and help people. I am I am discovering the healing that I have within myself, and I'm sharing a lot of that with everybody in this group today, and all. Yeah, and with Teresa. I picked Dina.
Oh, Dina's gone. Let's see, we have
I'm sorry,
Elise,
Elise.
Trish,
Hello, everyone. I'm probably new to a lot of you as well. I'm in Los Angeles, California, and I met Teresa maybe this fall. I host a podcast with my partner called The Deep Life, and Teresa was a guest on it. Her episode will air in April, which I will give. She has the date, but we'll have that released for everyone. And I just truly found a connection with her. I think I hopped on a call with her as the past 2 years have been extremely difficult for myself. I've had a lot of deaths and a lot of sickness within my family. And that spiraled, I think, really truly into what I like to call a dark night of the ego. I don't like to use the word dark night of the soul. Our soul knows no dark nights, but our ego does. And it has been a beautiful destruction of who I believed myself to be. And I feel a resistance has lifted, and I am cultivating surely an intuition and what I like to call intuitive downloads that are coming within me. But never in my life have I felt the powerful urge to serve in a way to help other people as well. I'm not sure what that looks like. So I'm truly grateful to really understand more of my intuition and hopefully allow my guides and spirit team to harness that in a way that's unique to myself. So it's a pleasure to meet everyone. And Teresa, again, I'm just so grateful for the universe that has, brought us all together in this co-creation of this clarity course. So thank you.
So welcome, Elise. Yep.
I did a fix one. Andrea.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea. I live in Ontario, Canada. And I met Teresa through the Inner MBA program. And my intention for this year is just stepping into my full potential, moving away from limiting beliefs that I recognize are not my own. And with stepping into my true potential, it's also acknowledging my worthiness, my worth, and my abilities. And that's why I'm here, because I want to learn more about what I'm capable of doing and stepping into the power of being human and what that looks like for me. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Trish?
Hey everybody, I'm Trish from southeastern Pennsylvania, US. I met Teresa last summer, and when I attended my first trust circle, and like Emily, I was hooked after that. So now I find that every time Teresa offers something, I just want to do it because I want to learn as much as I can from her and just be in her energy circle, so and it's been great to connect with some of you, and I wanted to do this because I really believe I have powerful intuition that I often doubt, and I think I don't trust it. So I think I'm missing a lot of stuff that is trying to come to me because I don't trust myself. I don't trust my intuition. So I am looking forward to moving through that with the help of Teresa and all of you wonderful people. So excited to be here. Sandra, would you like to hop on?
Sandra, there we go.
Yeah. Hi. Apologies for being off camera. No excuses, but I'm having a Einstein hair day, and I'm just kind of like laying down and chilling out and just enjoying this with my eyes closed. So I am Sandra, and my name is Sandra. I'm not sure who I really am yet, as that changes all the time. So my name is Sandra. I'm in Menlo Park, California, USA. And I found out about Teresa through the Inner MBA last year. I think I subscribed, went on her website, subscribed, and then an email went out about her alchemy class, which I'm in now, with a few folks on the call today. I'm hooked. Love is a state of being, and Teresa and Heidi are a state of being of love. And I'm just following intuition and following guides, and that's how Teresa is in my life right now, and I am so grateful. And I have a set of 3 words that I want to share, and that is: I am ready, I am worthy, I am safe. I'm grateful to know Teresa and Heidi and the group. Anybody that I meet through Teresa is a bonus. So that's who I am, or that's what I can share.
Awesome, Sandra.
Thank you.
And guest Claire, is that you? I'm assuming it's Claire.
That might be
Hello.
me, Teresa, because my volume is really low on my laptop, even though I have the volume all the way up. So I'm on my phone.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
watching from my laptop.
Okay. Oh, shoot. I wonder
That
if
must be
Claire
me.
got the. Let me, would you give me a minute? I feel bad. I don't want, Claire. Let me just shoot her. Everybody got the email this morning, right?
I did not. I know you sent me one
Yeah.
individually when I reached out to you, but if there was one to the group, I didn't get that one.
Yeah, an email went out this morning with a reminder, and so thank you for letting me know, Trish. Glitch in the matrix. There we go. Thank you for your patience. Okay. So here, as I mentioned earlier, I woke up at 2:22 this morning and created a collective energy bubble to hold you in. In addition to our collective energy, and let me explain why the collective energy bubble is important. We can amplify when there's more of us. It just strengthens the work that we're focused on. Okay. Secondary, each of you individually are held in an energy bubble, and I will work individually with you. For example, a couple of people presented last night and highlighted working with their soul. We identified the areas in which they want to accelerate their intuition. I will work with your individual energies to remove blocks, to enhance and accelerate anything that you and your guides, so your soul and your guides, present. I'm available, WhatsApp, email, and text. If you have questions or something comes up you want clarity on, ping me. That's what this is all about. This is all about your journey and taking these 4 weeks and making them as powerful as we can. And the key to that is community and communication. So here's how today's going to go. I'm going to drop into a PowerPoint. So sorry, can't leave corporate behind, but we're going to have a PowerPoint. Feel free to take screenshots or notes. And what I'm going to do is appeal to the cognitive. Okay, I'm going to give you context and information. And then before we complete our call, I want each of you Yes, I can, Michelle. Thank you for asking. I want each of you to identify, at the minimum, the primary intuition that you want to focus on. For some of you, you are going to want to tell me primary, secondary, and tertiary. Okay, because some of you are already integrating your intuition. So what does that mean? It means when you know and you close your eyes like Emily just did, you're also seeing what your guides or the universe wants to share with you. So if you are there, if you're integrating your intuitive tools, let me know and we'll start to weave them together. In the beginning, it's pretty singular, and there's no right or wrong way to do this. I want to really emphasize this. There's no one is better than three or three is better than one. You each are individual in how you manage your intuition abilities. You have them all, right? You have all of them, but your soul decided before you came in that your intuition will occur XYZ. And that's what we want to tap into. We want to connect you with your soul so that your intuition is a fluid conversation. Does that make sense? Okay. Andre?
Yeah, just to clarify, Teresa, so when you say 3 areas of intuition, is it 3, let's call it channels, how currently we communicate and getting the signals, or is it 3 areas of life?
No, it's 3 abilities, intuitive abilities. Thank you for the clarification. And because the application is going to be across the board. And as we continue to move into it, we're going to then look at, the connection with their guides and start to facilitate that. But first step is intuition. Another thing is take care of yourself. Whatever you need, like Sandra, if you need to be off camera, do that. If you need to stop, close your eyes and check in like Emily did, do that. Why? Because it begins to build trust. You begin to trust yourself. And that intuitive nudge that says go off camera, that intuitive nudge that says listen, the intuitive nudge, this is the foundation that you will use to cultivate these tools and skills. All right? So get your brain ready. We're going to do brain stuff right now. Oh, all right. PowerPoint, here we go. I gotta fix my doop doop doop. I'm just making y'all bigger. I am so bummed. I'm glad I'm recording. So first of all, do y'all want the recording? Yeah. Okay. I'll put it on YouTube and share a link. Here we are. Buckle up, Buttercup. We're going for a ride. 2 reasons we're on this planet. First, to evolve self. Everything begins with your own evolution. As you accelerate your own evolution, as you accelerate your own evolution, your purpose on this planet becomes apparent. You begin to learn what is the unique set of skills and abilities that you are here to deliver on Earth. And I really want you to hear this. Not everyone is meant to be on the stage or coaching or mentoring. Some people are here to hold energy, to bring energy transmissions to places, to open energy transmissions in people. Some of it is behind the scenes. You know, and I'm sorry, I'm going to use a lot of corporate references because that's what I know. You know, when you look at a company, not everybody is on the sales team or on the marketing team or customer facing. There's a ton of people in the background who make this work, this company flow and work well. So remember this. And again, I'm going to probably repeat this multiple times. One is not better or more powerful or more important than the other. You are important. What you bring, the energy signature you bring to the world, especially right now, is vital. And for you to step up and say, yes, I'm going to learn and grow and step into that is what this is all about. And for us, intuition has been suppressed. As a matter of fact, I watched it was either a YouTube or a TikTok where a guy did a study on the DNA of people who are intuitive. And the Roman cleanse where they, I don't know if it was Roman or anyways, somebody over there. I'm not good at details. This is why I have people working with me. I'm sorry. But I'll give you the story the best I can. There was a group of people in Europe who cleansed all the witches, who cleansed all the shamans, who cleansed all the seers, and they diminished this specific DNA. Well, I'm here to tell you that today the kids are being born with abilities that far exceed what I embody now. So it's not all about our DNA. It's also about what our soul is meant to do. So we're going to categorize our intuition. The easiest way to remember this is that our intuition mirrors our physical senses, right? Clairsentience, empathy, feel, touch, right? Sure, there's all kinds of variations of empathy. There's place, planet, people, animals. There's unique signatures within empathy. And the opportunity is, again, because I believe we all have all of these, what is your empathy gift? At a young age, I used empathy to give me a signal when an adult was lying to me, or I was potentially in a dangerous place. You know, that the goosebumps, it's not a good place to be. That's your empathy. Claircognizance, knowing. Again, it occurs very, very differently for everybody. Knowing is thinking of somebody and they call, right? Knowing is getting 3 job offers and knowing which one is the optimal one for you. Knowing is, I live here in Seattle, but I don't know that I'm going to be here long, and staying open to what shows up. So it's not certainty, it's opening to what wants to be known as well as certainty. Hearing, clairaudience. Clairaudience is internal hearing, what you hear in your head, and let's differentiate the soul chatter from the ego chatter. And while we're mentioning ego, the ego is good. We want our ego. Our ego is our human aspect of ourselves. Our ego is the place where we reside. And the key is not to ostracize or get rid of or diminish or subjugate our ego. The key is to integrate the ego and make it an asset, right? So hearing can be in here. hearing can be external as well. And my favorite story is being at a summer market, and I had purchased a tiger's eye sumac to plant in my yard, which I loved. And of course, I'm not going to carry a 5-foot tree around. So I said I'd come back from it. Sitting at the coffee shop, taking a break, and I hear literally externally, "Go get your tree." And I jumped and I was like, "What?" I'm like, okay, I'm going. And I show up and he's almost completely packed. He had a family emergency and needed to leave. And this was, I don't know, 15 years ago. I still have the tree. So internal hearing, external hearing. Seeing, also internal, external. And the internal seeing can occur in a number of ways. So we have our mind's eye. When we close our eyes, we have a blank screen. For some people, the images pop up and you'll see random things pop up. For me, when I'm downloading information as I'm speaking, my guides will put images to clarify how they want me to state things. They're very, very picky about words because words have meaning and power and tremendous energy. Tremendous energy. So you could have images pop up in the screen in your mind. You can also have films. You can run a full film of information across the screen in your mind. And sometimes it's not common for me to experience this, but I know people who will just watch and they'll see an event unfold, or they'll see an event, they'll see family or friends, and they'll get precognitive information about what's coming up for that person. They'll also get information about what's coming up for them. So seeing is definitely strong internally for me. Psychics, and I don't identify as a psychic because I've experienced psychics and they're really good and powerful and connect with ghosts and energies and beings in a way that I don't. I connect with ghost energies, but not that way. And they can see physically with their eyes. And I actually worked with a woman in Dallas. Her name is Mari Weldon, who's an incredibly gifted psychic. And she shared with me how she sees with her eyes. So she focused her gaze on a point. She does not blink. She's way advanced. This is me. I'm telling you about how she would recommend that I try to do it. Don't blink your eyes, and then unfocus your gaze and say out loud, "I'd like to see gravity." And gravity shows up commonly as little points of light in front of your eyes. And then you can also have shadows in the periphery of that unfocused vision, and they can present as images of people. And that's how people come into our physical seeing. You can also see orbs. I tend to see more energy and streaks. Heidi sees orbs all the time. They follow her. Yeah. So what is your unique brand of seeing? If that is an ability that you readily identify with and want to cultivate, what is your brand of seeing? The next two are much less common. They are smell and taste. Smell can be roses, a cigar, a field. Like the cigar could be an uncle or an old friend. Roses can be someone in your family. The times that I've smelled, and they've maybe a handful in my life, they've not been pleasant. It's been shit or something like that. And I'm like, okay, obviously whatever I was just thinking of is not the right direction to go, because that's not a smell that is a big yes for me. And taste is also much less common, but it can be an indication of a go, no go, an indication of somebody who's near you, could be an indication of more information that wants to come in, and it can show up as anything, as chocolate, as paste, as anything. And then becomes the journey of discovering exactly what that smell or taste means to you. And often it's for me, those two senses are used when I'm not paying attention to something that's coming in on my primary senses, which are the others, right? So, and that's true of all of them. If you're not listening or paying attention, your guides, your soul will use one of your other abilities to tap on your awareness and get your attention. So, with those, what's primary? Secondary, tertiary, if you want to go that far, if you want to focus on primary only, perfect. What is your strongest ability? And often our abilities will support each other. I use all of them simultaneously. Emily.
My question is, when we are choosing the primary, and I guess it might be up to us, but if you have any guidance, would we want to pick what we feel we are already the strongest to grow? Or would we want to pick where we feel like maybe we're not where we would like to be, and that's where we want to focus on?
Yeah, great question. Pick the strongest. And then if you want to focus in 2 or 3 or even 4 areas, just add those.
Okay.
But the objective is we want to identify what is your primary ability. Like for me, I have all of them, but my primary is knowing. And that knowing has evolved into channeling. So when I think of my own abilities, it's knowing, then it's seeing, and then it's empathy, feeling, and then it's hearing. So that's the order for me. Then the other 2 are far back on the pack.
So ordering them basically on where we think we are the strongest.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
And you know where you're the strongest. I mean, it's not I think, it's I know. And that's the differentiator,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's the intuition.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Thank you, Emily. Andre.
First of all, thank you, Emily, for the question. That was mine as well, so I appreciate Teresa sharing that. My question is, what role in intuition does kind of dreaming and precognition play? Is it part of that? Is it something separate? So dreaming and precognition, is it part of different types of intuition, or what's the role?
That's a great question. Let me ask. So dreaming is an ability that allows us to move into different types of awareness, and our ability in dreaming is to amplify what is known in the conscious. Okay, so that's a differentiator. So what we're looking at, Andre, is the conscious intuitive abilities, right? The dreaming is digging more into the subconscious.
Got it.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Good question. Thank you. Yeah, Michelle.
I wanted to ask a question around what we feel and what we know inside. I know mine is knowing. My first one, high before others. And what I've been told through Akashic Records is seeing is my other intuitive gift. And yet I'm challenged there. I feel like it's covered up. I feel like I'm not seeing it the way you're describing it. So my question is that something that I should be focusing on to refine it, or question if that is actually my gift?
That's a great question. So, because I know you so well, what I can tell you is that right now, knowing and empathy are your primaries, and seeing is coming into the picture for you. It's awakening. And what I'm hearing and feeling is that there's an element of being in comfort and feeling safe and trusting yourself that will allow you to continue to awaken the seeing. And there's also and this is pretty common for a lot of us, like a film that we place in front of our seeing. Seeing can be probably one of the most uncomfortable abilities to awaken. Most people are comfortable with thinking of Uncle John and he calls, or that kind of thing, or they're comfortable with having the gut instinct. That's more common. But to see things, now we're getting into the weird zone, right? So we've kind of closed that off a little bit. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Andrea. Oh, you're on mute.
Okay, I have a couple of questions. The first one is with taste. Now, with taste, I'm not sure if it's something that I'm craving and then I manifest it, or if it's something that I'm picking up on from somebody else. Because the other night I was on the couch and all of a sudden it was like I had this craving for chicken McNuggets. An hour later, my daughter comes down and she's like, I want to go to McDonald's. I want chicken McNuggets. So I'm like, okay. So when you had mentioned taste, it's like, okay, is it something that I'm craving and then I manifest it? Or is this something I'm picking up on with someone else? And I feel that the other day was something I was picking up on from my daughter. But sometimes it's like, oh, I really want Chinese food. And then later on that day, my mom will call and say, hey, I'm ordering Chinese food. And it's like, okay. So I guess that's just like a kind of fun one to understand a little bit better. And then my second one is about.
Okay, hold the second one. Let's talk about the first one. So first of all, I love that. It is so much fun. Those are synchronicities. Those are precognition. That's your knowing that something is coming and tuning into it. So let me explain, and this is really important for everybody. And time is on a spiral, right? You move through that spiral with your intuition very easily. And so you will move up through 9 a.m. and move to 3 p.m. and be able to pick up a conversation and bring it into your reality at 9 a.m. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And I see that even outside of the food situation
Yep.
where it's kind of like you're jumping time, right? And sometimes it's like jaw dropping where something I say, and then all of a sudden, an hour later or 20 minutes later, I get a phone call and it's like, get out of here. Like, this is crazy. This is amazing, right?
Yeah.
But so I know my strongest one is knowing.
Yeah.
And I feel the second one is the feeling.
Yeah.
But I also experience the hearing and the seeing. But with the knowing, I know you said that it eventually leads to channeling.
It
But I
can.
feel that with the knowing, like if I all of a sudden journal after I've done a really deep meditation, which I learned like that's automatic writing,
Yeah.
that it's like this download comes through. Even the other day I was cutting up an apple and there was an apple seed stuck to the apple. And all of a sudden I had tears in my eyes. And it's like I received this download about the seeds and what we're to nurture in our life. And it's like, where is this coming from? So it's, so for the knowing, I really want to strengthen that ability because I feel like it's coming through effortlessly, but it's not consistent. And I can't just say, okay, I want to receive a download and it happens. So I want to strengthen that, but where does that fall under? Does that fall under the seeing? Because it's also.
No, it's the knowing. And so what you're experiencing, okay, so a couple of things are coming up for you. Number one, knowing is absolutely your primary, empathy is your secondary, seeing, hearing are close 3, 4. So it's a matter of where you want to focus or on both. And, oh shit, stop that. Hang on. I need to get back to what I was going to say before. Hold on. What you're experiencing are synchronicities. And what you're doing is you're blurring the lines between you and the energies around you. And you're tapping into the information that wants to be known for your evolution. So where your apple seed will have a profound influence on you in one direction, for another person, it would be very different. So specific to your journey, everything that's coming in for you is because you've said yes, you've opened your arms and surrendered in probably some of the deepest ways that I've seen. And the universe is saying, okay, know this, feel this, know this. And this is a big part of your journey. The other thing is the ebb and flow. That's natural. We're not meant to be on all the time. Sometimes we need to have a hamburger and watch Netflix. We just do, you know?
Or chicken nuggets.
Or chicken nuggets. Yes, what was I thinking?
And then the seeing, I wanted to, would that also include remote viewing? Because that's something else that has come up for me that I was introduced to, and I was like, holy crap, this is just another layer. So it's like, where do I focus? And if that's, yeah, there's a lot there, but maybe we can have a sidebar conversation about the seeing part, because it's also seeing like a physical body that's not there.
Yeah. So that could be a couple of things. That could be your psychic ability coming on tap and your ability to see apparitions, beings.
Yeah, just for example, I was at the park with my mom and I was on the swing, and this was not as a child, this was like a few months ago. I'm on the swing and then I saw something at the corner of my eye, but enough to know what the person was wearing. And then I looked around after and I said, Mom, where did that person go? She's like, what person? I'm like, there was a man that just walked by and I didn't see his head, but I knew it was a man. I said, like, he was wearing beige and he just walked by. Where did he go? She's like, nobody was there. So I jumped off the swing and I went on the sidewalk and I looked over and it's like, there's nobody there. So, and that same week, something very similar happened again. So I'm like, this is quite interesting. What's coming online now? So
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't want to take up any more time in the group because I know we're
No, this is good. So what you're giving an example of is psychic seeing with your physical eyes. And often the apparitions will come through your peripheral until you train yourself enough so that it becomes like an on-off switch that you have for your eyes. And you say, okay, I'm ready to see. And you call it in. And this goes for everything. One of the most powerful ways you can strengthen is to speak it out loud. Right? When you speak it out loud, you create a resonance that you can live into much more easily. Does that help, Andrea?
yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Did we leave anything unanswered?
What's that, sorry?
Did we leave anything unanswered?
Yeah, what should I focus on? But I guess that's something I need to really sit with.
Yeah. I
I'd
think
love to focus
knowing
on all of it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you. Becca.
Yes. So like in seeing this, I feel like immediately knew that like clairsentience was number one, clairvoyance was number two, just kind of based on, I've just always been really sensitive to the energies around me. I think whenever I have known which way to go, I feel like really like big, like I can feel myself just like my guides are like, yes, this is the way to go.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, I don't want to listen to that because it can be hard. Like when the world is in pain, it's really hard for me to want to do anything. It's hard for me to want to be happy. And I'm just wondering if like, I've always been told I'm like a highly sensitive person. So I'm like, is that my intuition or like, is that what that is? Or is that just like how I am as a being? I guess I knew it and then I was questioning it. I was like, is that just because I'm sensitive to energies, or is that really like my intuition?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yep. And so let me give you an example. When the kids were growing up, they would watch scary shows, and I can't be in the room when a scary show is on. I can't. So they learned very, very quickly to tell me if they were watching something and I wouldn't come into the family room. They'd say, nope, mom, you can't come in. This is not good for you. Or the mall. I was so sensitive to my environment that I couldn't go to the mall. Now, the other thing that's important is that we also want to strengthen our autonomy, our authority, and our sovereignty over our personal energy systems. And we're going to get to it at the end, I hope. But okay, we have an energy bubble. That shield on our bubble can be impermeable if you choose. You can say, okay, nothing comes into my bubble without permission. They can knock, they can prod, but they can't come in. If I feel like something's wanting my attention, they have to stay outside my bubble, and I will bring my awareness to them to understand what wants to be known. And it's practice. Listen, we were taught anatomy, we were taught physiology, we were not taught energy systems management. And there's stuff on my website you can get with different videos and courses to help you learn how to manage your energy systems, because it's really important. It's really important. Does that help, Becca?
Yeah, that feels, because I think that's where I was questioning if it's intuition or not, because sometimes it's just so overwhelming, and that's because it's like I'm not, controlling or like having, yeah, direction over what I'm taking in.
Yeah.
And learning that will help me be able to like know which way to go.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Boundaries.
Yeah. The other one I had, like the clairvoyance, why that stood out is because like just who I am, what my career has been, is like I can see things and make them happen for myself, for others. Like that's just what I love to do, what fills me up. But like I don't see people, I don't see things for other people. I see what someone, if I connect with someone, if I see their vision, I can see it. I can see my vision. So I'm wondering if that's like that one almost feels just as strong as empathy, or
Yeah.
it's something that I've focused more because like I made a living off of it, or make a living off of it. Um, but yeah, but I want that to be bigger than just like seeing these projects and things come to life, like being able to like see and support
Oh,
people around me.
so you're a visionary. You're an alchemist at the root. You see and create. So let me talk about the mastery of somebody who steps into visionary and alchemy status. They have a vision, they hold the vision, they feel they know the vision is optimal for all parties. It has to be aligned. And then they use their intuitive abilities, their connection with their guides, their connection with their soul to bring into their world the people, places, and experiences required to make that vision happen, to birth it. Congratulations. That is the foundation of your purpose as you move into what you're going to do in your life. And it's extraordinary to be able to empower people to step into their greatness because you're living from your greatness. Mic drop.
Wow. Wow, thank you. I've never like seen it from that perspective. It's just like I'm good at this. But that's really lovely. I'm excited to, I think that might be my primary, though I was thinking it was empathy. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good job. Emily.
I love that.
I
And
know,
you
me
do
too.
that- and you do that for us as well.
Oh,
It's exactly what you do for all of us. I am a little confused on my knowing and my seeing, because
mm-hmm.
I thought it was seeing. Like that's what I thought, but then when I really, after hearing you explain, it's like, for a quick example, yesterday I had a bird. Okay, and backtrack. I saw this bird in the morning, and I saw it with my eyes. It flew, and I looked at it, and I just knew something. I didn't know anything at the time. I just like had this feeling like, that bird. Okay, I saw the bird. A few hours later, I don't know if it was that bird, but it was the same type of bird. It looked identical to that bird. Got in my sunroom. And so it was flying around in my sunroom. And so I went and let it out. So my confusion is that seeing or knowing? Because I saw it, but I kind of had a knowing that, this bird.
Yeah. Yep.
And a lot of times I'll get a vision and not know anything about it, and then something comes up and I'm like, oh, that's why I got that vision. Or I'll just be in an environment and something tells me to say something, and
Yeah.
it's not like a hearing, but it's just like I just start saying something, and the person will be like, how'd you know that I needed to hear that right now?
Yeah.
So anyhow, there.
So I am going to agree, or I'm gonna what thank you. What feels right and what guidance I'm getting is it's knowing, seeing, but they're so intertwined that they lean into each other and they play off each other. So it can also be circumstantial, right? So, and pay attention to this, guys. when she saw that bird, she was following her intuition, right? She was listening to her intuition to look, see, and note the bird, right? And as we move into, the reason I'm saying this is because as we move into doing more work with connecting with our guides, those are examples of how our guides communicate with us. They will bring something into our world and draw our attention to it. So you knew to look at the bird. You used your physical eyes to anchor the knowing. Does that? So definitely knowing, seeing, but they're very, very intertwined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
You're welcome. Dina.
This is so interesting. Thank you for this. My challenge, or what I would like to play with during these weeks, is I have all the clairs,
Yeah.
seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, dreaming. Like, it's just, I can do it so well for everybody on the planet, except when it comes to me, you know, and so I can trust that, okay, I'm with this client and I'm seeing Mammoth Caves. Like, how do I even know it's Mammoth Caves? Like, does this make any sense to you? No. So later on the conversation, she's like, is that in Kentucky? And I'm like, I think so. She's like, yes, that makes total sense. So like, I've learned to trust that.
Yeah.
For everybody else, for my clients, hands down. If I see it, if I feel it, if I taste it, whatever, it's out of my mouth, and it doesn't have to make sense. It's just what's coming. But for myself, I'm like, I have so much emotional baggage with the things that I get, that am I intuiting this, or am I making this shit up? Is this coming from my fear? Is this coming from something else I heard, or some limiting belief? Like, how that's really what I want to focus on, is trusting my intuition for myself. And I don't care how it comes, what sense it uses, but and I feel like channeling has really strengthened that. And when I'm in that state, when I'm channeling, I kind of step out of sensory, or that synesthesia, which is like mixing of the senses, which I think some of us, in this conversation, sometimes we do. I have a guy who helped me record something, and he saw music in colors. Well, do you want to bring up the red or tone down the blue? And I'm like, what the heck are you talking about, dude? So I think that keeping that in mind too, that sometimes they blend. Like, we might see a sound, or we might hear a feeling. So anyways, I don't know if there was a question in there, but that's, I just want to speak that aloud, that that's really what I want to play with.
I love that, Dina. And
my intuition for me.
yeah. And how many of us relate to what Dina just said? Because 100%. Okay, lots coming in. Yes, that will be the focus for you, is how to anchor intuition for self, getting information for self. And you're so good at creating a container to be in self energy and be open to that. The other, okay. And what they're saying is, hang on, I gotta write something down, that they will turn up the messages in the times that you're not working, like you're in the groceries. They're showing me the grocery store. They're saying, if you're in the grocery store, we'll bring in messages specifically for you and your evolution, and what wants to be known for you and birthed by you. So does that
So I need to
align?
go to the grocery store? Is that what you're saying? Because my
When you're
husband does the
there.
groceries. I don't know. Cool.
Oh,
Thank you.
you're welcome. This is awesome. Sandra.
So I had a question, and then when Emily asked her question, you answered my question sort of in a way, in a different kind of way. But so with me,
Yeah.
strongest ones are definitely empathy, feeling, and knowing, and my the how you answered Emily's question sort of made me see that it's an entwinement. I think
Mhm.
it's the word. So with me, it's the feeling, and then it's also the touching. So like with animals or with my daughter when she's not feeling well or when I have a sick animal or injured animal or something, it's like I just know. So it's a knowing, but it's also a feeling, but it's also a touching. So it's not just feeling, but it's touching, and it's knowing when to touch, and the touch heals.
Yep.
So that's why, I think the question got answered when you answered Emily's question. So, and I'm so excited to listen to this video again and again and again.
Isn't this great?
It's just crazy amazing. Yeah, I love it. Just I love hearing from everybody.
Yeah, me too. Me too. This is gold. So, Sandra, for you, empathy 100% all the way. And you're knowing and you're seeing tertiary, but empathy knowing. And this is the thing with some people who are very strong empaths. They may, not everybody, but they may have the healing ability. And that's why empathy is so strong within them. Right? Oh God. You just need to slow down. So then it becomes, and this is what we talked about with Becca, the opportunity of fortifying boundaries. Okay, boundaries are so freaking important. So, especially Kayla, with you being in the healing arts, in a nurse, having the boundaries over what you will receive, what you won't receive, and how much, and how intense the information coming in for you. By the way, Heidi's also a nurse, and so she can definitely give you some insight on that. There's a tool that each of you have that I want to that has come up several times in the conversation, and that is we all have an internal dial. And for me, it's just literally like an old radio dial. Sorry, I'm dating myself. But it's just a dial. And for me, it is directly connected to the intensity of the energies coming into my system. And this includes all of our empathy stuff that comes in. This includes the solar flares. This includes the electromagnetic frequencies. This includes working with somebody and opening ourselves up to new ways of being. If things get intense, turn it down. It doesn't diminish the impact and the opportunity that is available to you. It simply makes it more comfortable and palatable for you to receive into your system. So our dial is incredibly important. The other thing I'm going to mention, I haven't talked about this in a while, but there's a book on the market called Sensitive is the New Strong. It's written by somebody pipe up. What's her name?
Anita Majani.
Yeah, Anita Moorjani. Yep. And if you are an empath and want to work on your skills, boundaries, and understand empathy, there's no better book. It's just absolutely phenomenal. We're going to get into this more in a bit. But for those who want to play in empathy as well, and they brought up something that happened this morning. I drove my dog to daycare, and do you notice that you can tell who's going to merge in front of you? Do you notice that you know what route to take? Do you notice when you need to change lanes? All of that is knowing. And the other area I play with, and I spoke about this yesterday in Alchemy, is expanding your awareness into your environment, whether it's in the house, in the city, up the side of a mountain, around the whole world if you want to do a systems check on the planet. And again, be boundaried. Don't do this without being boundaried and knowing when to turn the dial down. But you can receive so much information through knowing and empathy, feeling. You can also receive images. You could hear information. You can hear tones. You can hear music. So playing with your own energy and moving your awareness outside of yourself can bring in a great amount of information. And that's one of the things that I'd like you guys to do over the next week as you begin practicing and working with your intuition more and more. I'll send you the PowerPoint. I'm just gonna fly through. Channeling is a form of knowing, in my opinion. Okay. I have a very unique connection that I've cultivated with great focus over the last 4 years, 4 years. I'm constantly connected with my guides and a number of different councils. And when I'm in a group like this, I'm connected with each of your souls. So as each of you spoke, I tune into your soul and your guides to get information specific for you. When we leave and I go back and I work on our collective energy, it's to bring in specific energy codes and vibratory signatures to enhance the group as a collective. Then individually, I'll go in and work with your guide, your guides, your soul, to enhance and open what wants to be experienced through the human journey at this time. Okay, so, and why I say at this time, if we were doing this again in 6 months, it would be different. It would be a different journey because you would have evolved significantly over those 6 months. So your next leap up would be different than it is today. The evolutionary path, right? We never stop growing and learning. So channeling, just be open to those of you who select knowing that channeling could be part of your journey. And it just depends on your purpose, what you're here to do. I'm 100%, I know that I'm here to contribute to the human evolution. And that's why I have all the connections I have. Yeah, okay, that's it for channeling. Let's see, I'm flying through the PowerPoint. Pay attention to what comes into your world. If you're a kinesthetic learner like I am, write it down. If you're an auditory learner, record it. If you're visual, do a video. They're only for you. But step into whatever way that you learn best and start to play with all of your intuitions and speak it out loud. Again, when we speak it out loud, it gives it more rocket fuel. And I want to speak on trust because it's been mentioned several times. Like the evolutionary path, trust isn't a destination. It's a journey. We're constantly cultivating our trust and growing our trust. Right? And the same thing applies for trust. In 6 months, you're going to be far further along than you are today because you're all saying yes. You're all saying, yes, this is the journey I want to take. This is where I want to take my life. Clearing your energy. I have developed a protocol to work with other people's energy. Dina's experienced it. Heidi's, I've played with it with a few people. Clearing your energy can be as simple as, dear guides, please clear my energy. Right? You don't need all the bells and whistles. You just need intention and a belief that it'll happen. And if you're feeling off or not 100%, do that. And then take a nap and then wake up and start over. I love naps. I'm just saying. And ask yourself questions. Be really curious. You know, you all have heard me talk about this. The 3 hallmarks of evolution are patience, curiosity, and neutrality. Don't judge what comes to you. Be open to what it is and what wants to be received. And if you don't get a clear indication of what you've received, you don't have a clear picture, be patient. It'll unfold. And say to your guides, say to yourself, hey, intuition, hey, guides, will you please give me more clarification? Because this is not making sense to me right now. And they will. They'll respond. And they'll bring you exactly what you need until you understand. Our guides give us hundreds, if not thousands of messages a day. Right? How many do we get? 3? I don't know. 5? 20? I don't know. Is it a good day? 20? You know, so let it play out. You can't do it wrong. Because if you don't get it the first 100 times, they'll keep bringing it up. They'll keep bringing it into your awareness. This is why we want to cultivate our intuition. And it's all about practice. It's like playing the piano. Daydreaming helps too. You know, if you're, I'm going to come out on some, I don't sit and meditate. I can't. That's just not who I am. I'm not going to sit on a poof, close my eyes, and sit still. It's just not me. For me, meditation is getting in the car and going for a long drive. Meditation is getting into the woods and going for a hike. Meditation is walking my dog. What I find is effective for me is to keep my body engaged so that my mind can wander. And then I have these intuitive pieces of information. Yeah. And look for messages in everything, an overheard conversation. Back in the grocery store again, Dina. But if you overhear somebody in the grocery store say something, you overheard it for a reason. It has nothing to do with them. It has to do with you. It's the message for you. If you see an animal, jump on Google. What does the spirit animal bird mean? You know, whatever type of bird it is. What does this mean? And when you read the paragraph or the page, the words that highlight, I call that white lighting. The words that highlight are the ones that are for you. Ignore everything else. Only focus on what draws your attention. We all, and the last thing, gosh, time goes so fast. We all have a guardian. This guardian is assigned to you for life. They are your spirit. They don't want me to call you that. Okay. They're your spirit guardian. I was going to call them your butler. They didn't like that. They're your guardian. They're there to help you in whatever area you need assistance. They also don't work alone. They have teams around them. You have a medical team. You have all sorts of teams that can help you out. So if you feel like you want support, call your guardian and say, okay, I need support in this area. Call whoever you need to call in and help me move forward here. So the last 2 minutes, here's what we're going to do. I want everybody to email me and tell me your intuitions or the areas you want to focus so that I can go in and do energy work to support that. If you have questions, email, text, WhatsApp, reach out. And if you're feeling a pull to anyone who's participated, reach out to them because they may be able to open doors for you and you may be able to work together. Again, I can't overstate how important community is. So I will send you this recording. I will send you the PowerPoint of which you saw 3 slides and there's like 18. And thank you from the fullness of my heart. Thank you for showing up and doing this. It is absolutely my honor to be able to help you move forward in your journey. And I'm so filled with love for all of you.
Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Mwah. Okay, go play and have fun. Bye, guys.
You didn't get rid of us.
No. Hold
Thank you
on, I
so
gotta
much.
hit pause.